Welcome to Topic 1 of Managing Financial Resources Unit. My name is Vivian Bos. Topic 1 is an introductory unit across the whole 10 topics. It follows the themes around financial information, and many of the subtopics within this area relate to financial information. So, for example, we look at users of financial information, we'll look at the rules and some of the regulations that create certainty or trust around that information, and then we look at different business structures and how those structures might influence the sorts of information that businesses provide and need and that their stakeholders require. Topic 1 is the first of 4 that relate to financial accounting, and financial accounting relates to the primary repository of financial information within the organization, concerns itself with things like general ledgers, transactions, accounting records, and then the financial reports that are required through statute and through legislation, our balance sheet and our income statement. So those will be covered over the course of topics 1 to 4, including analysis of the information sitting in those financial reports. This topic will require you to do some research and some exploration, and it's important to talk about the purpose behind that. Some of it is to get you familiar with the content, but some of the other rationale around including that is that you become familiar and comfortable with researching. And that will then be a skill that you can take on beyond this course, that should financial information or terms or issues arise in your careers going forward, you will have at least some starting points of places to go and how to start to access that sort of information. With this topic, another heads up. You don't need to be memorizing or remembering it. It is very much about the background, the context, the financial environment. So treat it in that vein. You're here to form the foundations that will then be in place for the remainder of the unit to understand the business and the financial context. For topic 1, the learning outcomes are to understand the role of financial information in decision making, to understand the role of the accounting profession in shaping the content of that information, to understand corporate governance and its impact into financial information, and finally, to understand the different forms of business structure that businesses can use to organize their operations. The starting point in topic 1 is looking at information and users and decision making. Understanding who the users of financial information in your organization are will assist you in understanding why reports take certain formats. One of the key users that we look at in these first 4 topics, 1 to 4, are the external users, and they rely on the reports known as the general purpose financial statements. General purpose meaning that they can be used by parties not internal to the organization, so external. It could be shareholders, government organization, contracting parties, suppliers, customers, those sorts of users. Because financial information drives decision making, it's important that it's useful and trustworthy. And this is where the Australian Accounting Standards Board comes into play. They set the rules, known as the AASBs, which set out how that information should be recorded within an organization, how it's collated and organized, and importantly, how it's then reflected on our financial reports. This includes such things as the names that we give to the items, the groupings that we can have, the layouts, the formats, and even the measurement or the dollar value. And we have an activity that we'll do later that explores that idea of dollar value or measurement. The activity that follows will give you the opportunity to open up and explore one of those rules or one of the AASB rules. And in that, while you're not required to memorize and know the content, it gives you a sense of the direction and the sorts of issues that go into shaping financial information.